2 days before the wedding, I suddenly received a breakup message from my boyfriend. I thought it was a prank, so I didn't take it seriously. That night, I saw on social media that he had publicly announced his relationship with the girl who bullied me in high school. Only after experiencing a failed relationship did I realize how precious you are. He told his friends that Emily's parents are just ordinary teachers, while Sophia's father is a company owner. Actually, I had wanted to break up with her for a long time, but I didn't want people to think I was in the wrong, so I planned to treat her coldly. Yesterday, Sophia finally agreed to be with me, but I immediately decided to break up with her. I felt very upset and quietly threw away the pregnancy test report and my boyfriend's sperm quality test results into the trash. Later, I found Daniel, who was completely drunk with his friends. Just as I was about to knock on the door, I heard chatting coming from inside the private room. Daniel, you're quite lucky, just broke up with the school beauty and are already with the class beauty. Back then, Sophia lost the title of school beauty to Emily by just one vote. The door to the restaurant's private room was half open, and Daniel was gently swirling his wine glass with a meaningful smile on his face. Emily's parents are just ordinary teachers, while Sophia's father, on the other hand, is a company owner. Emily can't even compare to Sophia. I wanted to break up with her a long time ago, but I felt it wasn't right, so I thought I would slowly distance myself from her. Unexpectedly, yesterday Sophia took the initiative to message me about wanting to be together, and I couldn't help myself. My heart suddenly ached, my hand trembled in the air, as if I didn't recognize this man I had been with for 7 years. I cherished him like a treasure for 7 years, yet he sees me as a burden. Hey, weren't you the one who deliberately skipped the last math problem just to get into the same university as Emily? After putting in so much effort, can you really just walk away? My heart tightened all of a sudden. That's right, this man deliberately didn't do the 20-point question just to attend the same university as me. He even insisted on bringing me breakfast every day for an entire year. On rainy days, he always let me have the umbrella, and ended up getting soaked, running a fever, and being sick for a week. I don't believe our 7-year relationship can just disappear in an instant. Daniel sneered and said that he didn't even know how to solve that problem, he just wanted to tease her. I didn't expect her to really believe it and cry with emotion, then go to the hotel with me. I didn't expect women to be so easy to please, just a few words can take them to a hotel. Such casual women are just for fun, I never thought of marrying her. His brother was puzzled. Weren't you just proposing to Emily last week? I had been chatting with Sophia online for 6 years. Last week I heard she had just returned home after getting divorced. I bought roses and a ring to propose to her, but she said she hasn't gotten over her past relationship and rejected me. Since I'm going to throw away the ring and flowers anyway, I might as well give them to Emily. Seeing her treat the things I didn't want as treasures and show them off on social media, I found it quite amusing. Although she can't compare to Sophia, she's decent enough, good-looking and smart, she would probably be willing to take care of the family after marriage. Marrying her doesn't require a bride price, her parents are just ordinary teachers with little money, but after all these years, they must have saved something, right? Moreover, she's an only child, so if I pretend to be pitiful, she will definitely go to her parents to get money for me. Tears kept flowing down. My boyfriend, whom I sincerely loved for 7 years, was actually calculating how to take advantage of me. We were together for 7 years, and he betrayed me for 6 of them. No wonder he sent me flowers despite knowing I'm allergic to pollen, and they were those gaudy red roses that I dislike the most. I endured the discomfort of my allergy and stubbornly turned those roses into sachets to carry with me, which ended up landing me in the hospital for a week. No wonder the ring was a size smaller. I complained that he couldn't remember my size, yet the ring left a red mark on my ring finger. As the evening breeze blew, cooling my face, I realized I had been crying. Even his friends couldn't stand it anymore and advised him, Daniel, you've been with Emily for 7 years. She's beautiful, considerate, and treats you exceptionally well. At the last gathering, she cooked a whole table of dishes for everyone and cleaned up by herself, never letting you help. A girl as virtuous as that is perfect for marriage, you really need to cherish her. That Sophia isn't really great. I heard she was quite open while studying abroad and had quite a few boyfriends from various backgrounds. This kind of relationship is just for fun. You should go apologize to Emily, and you might still be able to salvage things. Daniel snorted coldly. These rumors were fabricated by those jealous of Sophia's looks and family background. Sophia is clearly pure and kind. How could she be the kind of person they say? Emily is too rigid and doesn't understand romance at all. She can't compare to Sophia's charm. I've been with her for 7 years and I'm already tired of it. Now just the smell of her makes me uncomfortable. A sinister laughter echoed, like the cold wind blowing through a winter night, sending chills down one's spine. My wife said she saw Emily at the hospital a few days ago. You two lived together for 5 years, and you never use protection. Could she be pregnant? Daniel really doesn't want to use protection every time. I've told him many times, but he always complains it's uncomfortable and impatiently accuses me of overreacting, saying other women can take the pill, why can't I? After a few times without any issues, I let my guard down and stopped taking the pill. A few days ago, I found out I was 2 months pregnant. I originally planned to tell him the good news today, but instead, I received his breakup message and wanted to clarify things with him. What does being pregnant even matter? Men can have children at any age. It's easy to become a father without any worries. Having a child now is too early. It will only hinder me. In the future, I can have as many children as I want, and I won't have to care about just her. My hands trembled a bit as I took out my boyfriend's health report and the ultrasound photo from the bag, gently touching the image of the tiny baby that hasn't formed yet. Big tears fell down, soaking the words on the paper. He doesn't understand that he will never have children in the future. The voices from inside the room kept coming, but I couldn't bear to listen any longer and stumbled out of the restaurant. Now that things have come to this, crying and making a scene won't help. I don't want to argue anymore. I'm preparing to go back, pack my things, and leave quietly to live my own life well. Daniel, I hope you won't regret it. I didn't expect that when I returned to the rented apartment, my things had already been thrown outside the door. Clothes, bags, toiletries, and even underwear were all carelessly thrown in the hallway to dry. I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, it was Sophia who opened it. She looked naive when she saw me, smiling innocently, and even asked Emily, "What are you doing here?" What a coincidence. She glanced at the scattered things in the hallway and said, "So you are my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend." I'm really sorry. My boyfriend said his ex-girlfriend is particularly unreasonable. Even after the breakup, she wouldn't leave his house and asked me to help pack her things. You have too much stuff. I've never done any work since I was little. Even when I go out, someone else carries my bag for me. I can't find a place to put it for now, so I have to leave it in the hallway until the cleaning lady comes tomorrow. You won't be angry, right? I'll pack my own things, Sophia. Who do you think you are to just move my stuff around? Sophia leaned against the door, her previously innocent expression completely gone, her gaze turned harsh. Those are all worthless trinkets from street vendors. No one would want them even if they were given away for free, yet you treat them like treasures. Emily, thinking back to how I used to consider you a rival, I find it really funny now. It seems that you are nothing but a pitiful creature. A person who degrades themselves and gets abandoned by others has no right to be compared to me. I'm well aware of her treacherous and mean nature. Since I've decided to leave, I don't want to get entangled any further. I squatted down and quietly organized my things. Sophia suddenly stepped hard on my hand, causing me to break out in a cold sweat from the pain. She looked at me with disdain and said, "Emily, I don't like Daniel at all. I approached him simply because I knew his girlfriend was you. I'm deliberately making you uncomfortable. Seeing you upset makes me happy. As long as you kneel and beg me, I'll give him back to you. How about that?" Sophia tightly squeezed my hand while taking out her phone to record me. She sneered, "Emily, don't you particularly like Daniel? If you bark like a dog twice, I'll make him acknowledge your identity. You have no idea how much he loves me. He listens to me the most." Those words pierced my heart like shards of glass, causing intense pain. I wanted to push her away forcefully, but my stomach suddenly hurt badly, leaving me with no strength. "Sophia, what are you doing? Let go of me." I pushed her away with all my might, but I had no strength left. "How dare you push me?" Sophia rushed over and kicked me hard in the stomach. I gasped in pain, cold sweat streaming down. My stomach hurt terribly. I shook my hand trying to grab my phone to call for an ambulance, but Sophia kicked my phone away with another kick. I crawled over to grab it, but she was quicker and picked it up, stepping on my hand and grinding it. Her phone is still recording. It hasn't stopped at all. "Emily, you want to go tell Daniel on me, don't you? I'm telling you clearly, he won't believe you at all. He'll just think you're acting, trying to win him back. Stop pulling me, let go quickly, call an ambulance, my stomach hurts badly. Sophia snorted coldly, and suddenly, not knowing what she saw, slipped and fell backward, letting out a scream. Ah! As she fell, a sinister smile flashed across her face. I looked in the direction she was looking, and Daniel had somehow already stood behind me. He completely ignored me, bleeding on the ground beside him, and stepped over my leg, hurrying towards Sophia. He hugged Sophia and turned to me impatiently, complaining, "Emily, we're done. I know you love me and don't want to let go. But you shouldn't take your anger out on Sophia. She's been pampered by her family since she was little, unlike you who can endure hardship. If she really gets hurt, can you take responsibility?" Sophia immediately changed her expression, looking like an innocent little white flower. She said to Daniel, "Brother, don't blame Emily. It's normal for her to resent me after the breakup. It's all my fault for loving you too much. I can't even control my love for you, and even if Emily hates me, I will insist on being with you. Emily, this is all my fault. Don't blame Daniel." I looked at Daniel coldly and suddenly laughed. Thinking about how I devoted my heart to such a person over the years is truly ridiculous. Not even as good as a dog, at least a dog would wag its tail at you. But my stomach hurts so badly that I have no strength to argue with them. Right now, I just hope that Daniel will take me to the hospital for the sake of the child. "Daniel, my stomach really hurts. Can you take me to the hospital?" Without looking back, Daniel said, "You're doing this again? Stop pretending. You always used illness as an excuse before." "I won't be fooled this time. Back when Daniel was cold to me, I always pretended to be sick, hoping he would care more about me. But I wasn't good at pretending. He saw through me every time. But this time, I am really sick." I slowly moved next to him, my face pale, tugging at his sleeve and crying as I pleaded. "My stomach hurts unbearably. Please, can you take me to the hospital?" Daniel glanced at me impatiently, perhaps seeing my pain softened his attitude a bit. "Brother Daniel, it hurts so much." "Sophia, what's wrong?" Hearing Sophia's voice, Daniel suddenly pulled back his sleeve, and I was knocked aside by the force, hitting my forehead on the floor and instantly developing a big bump. Sophia touched her forehead. It might be that Emily was too rough earlier, and I hit my head when I fell, causing a slight concussion. Emily was also strange. She just scolded me for being a bad woman, saying I was tempting others, and even hit me. Now, as soon as she sees you, she pretends to be weak and claims her stomach hurts. Daniel was even angrier after hearing that, his gaze at me filled with rage. Usually, Emily does all the heavy lifting at home. She is indeed very strong, but this time she was too rough and didn't think about you at all. "Sophia, I'll take you to the hospital for a checkup." After saying that, he picked up Sophia and walked out. I felt like I was grasping at the last glimmer of hope, stumbling over to grab Daniel's pant leg, crying and pleading, "Daniel, please take me to the hospital. I'm pregnant with your child." Daniel hesitated after hearing this, unsure whether to believe me. "Brother Daniel, Emily really lies too much. Now, to keep you, they even resort to lies about being pregnant. Don't say she isn't pregnant at all. Even if she were, with someone as reckless as her, who can be sure whose child it is? So what if it's mine? This is just one of my many children. Sophia and I will have many more of our own in the future." Daniel sneered, kicked me, and walked away with Sophia without looking back. He completely ignored me crying and begging behind him. I was sent to the hospital by a neighbor. The doctor said the child couldn't be saved and needed to perform surgery on me. But that day, the hospital happened to be out of anesthetics. I clearly remember the feeling of those cold instruments stirring inside my body. I was in so much pain that I fainted and then woke up again, my hair and pillow soaked with sweat. When I woke up again, I felt completely weak, as if all my strength had been drained, lying limply in bed unable to move. My eyes were sore and painful, and tears kept streaming down. Although I hated Daniel, the child was innocent. After all, he is my own flesh and blood, and my love for him is instinctive. How could I not feel heartbroken? My WeChat buzzed. It was a message from Sophia. She sent a photo where she and Daniel are wrapped in a blanket, with their upper bodies bare, holding each other. Sophia is smiling sweetly, but Daniel has fallen asleep from exhaustion. It's obvious they had a wild night without needing to guess. "Meow meow, your taste in men is really impressive. Daniel kept me from sleeping last night." Sophia's blatant provocation is something I can't handle anymore. I opened her moments, and her latest update was posted last night. She posted a video of herself in the hospital, with Daniel looking anxious behind her, bustling around for her. The caption she wrote was, "This is what it feels like to meet the right person." I said my head hurt a bit, and he immediately took me to the hospital for a full checkup. Daniel commented below, "Since being with you, I've realized that the past 7 years were a waste." I turned off my phone and flipped it face down on the table, no longer looking at it. The physical pain leaves me numb, but the pain in my heart is even worse. I have been with Daniel since we graduated high school, and it has been 7 years now. In those years when he cared for me the most, he saved money to buy me VIP tickets to a Taylor Swift concert, only eating one meal a day for several months. When we first started working, we were both really busy. I knew he had stomach issues, so I would wake up early every day to make breakfast and bring lunch to the company, preparing various tasty dishes for him. I took care of all the household matters, making sure he didn't have to worry about anything. He held my hand, touched by my efforts, and said that marrying such a virtuous woman was his blessing, and he would work hard to provide me with a better life. He took me to climb a mountain thousands of meters high, just to hang a prayer tag on that wish tree everyone said was very effective. He wished for my lifelong health, for him to have a house full of children and grandchildren, and for us to grow old together. The words on the wish tree haven't been washed away by the wind and rain, but his heart has changed. I was in severe pain from the miscarriage, but he said I was faking it and didn't care for me at all. When Sophia pretended to have a headache, he hurried to take her to the hospital. Yet when I was miscarrying and in pain to the point of nearly tearing the sheets, he was getting cozy with Sophia in a hotel. It's so ironic. Sophia has disliked me since high school. At that time, the school was selecting the school beauty, and both Sophia and I were popular candidates. People said we resembled a red rose and a white lily. I'm a rose, she's a lily, but our personalities are completely different. I'm gentle and obedient, a good girl, while she's passionate and impulsive, rebellious in her actions. In this selection, she, the lily, lost to me by 10 votes, and the boy she secretly liked ended up liking me instead. Since then, she has held a grudge against me, competing with me in everything and challenging me at every turn. She cornered me in the school bathroom, forced me to take off my clothes for photos, called people to harass me on the way home, and even secretly poured chalk dust into my water cup, using every underhanded tactic possible. I thought I could completely avoid her after graduation, but in the end, this trouble still found its way back to me. After wiping my tears and calming down, I called my boss to tell her I agreed to work at the branch office, and I also requested sick leave. I'm capable at work and good-looking, and my boss has always valued me. The company wanted to transfer me to the branch office to independently manage a project, and I would be promoted afterward. The branch office is in Chicago, and before, I didn't want to be too far from Daniel, so I planned to decline this opportunity. Now, I no longer have to worry about that. Mr. Johnson was very pleased to hear that I agreed, knowing that the branch office gained a capable person, and he immediately approved my leave request. After taking a few days off, I called my best friend to tell her about recent events and asked her to accompany me to Daniel's house to retrieve my things. My best friend was furious after hearing this and immediately flew over to find me. She said she wanted to confront Daniel in person, but when we arrived, he happened to not be home. She was so angry and had nowhere to vent, so she decided to live stream herself cursing outside Daniel's house for 2 hours. Neighbors came out to watch the commotion, pointing and commenting on Daniel's house, and a few hot-headed ones joined in and started cursing along with my friend. My friend and I moved our luggage into the hotel. She comforted me for a while but had to rush back to her city due to work commitments. After completing the onboarding procedures, I went straight to Chicago. Once in Chicago, I was busy negotiating contracts for projects and had long forgotten about Daniel and Sophia. 2 months later, I received a message from him again. Here's the thing. The video of my friend causing a scene at his doorstep was uploaded online. At first, not many people watched it, and the likes and comments were pitifully few. But later, Sophia's father's business rival happened to see the video and paid to have it promoted to trending. Sophia and Daniel's personal information was exposed, and they faced various verbal attacks. Someone sent Daniel a private message insulting his family and vandalized his front door, claiming he has poor character. Sophia's situation is worse. People dug up her past, revealing that she knowingly got involved with others who had partners, bullied classmates in high school, and scored only over 300 points on the college entrance exam yet got into a prestigious university abroad. Her father's company got implicated due to this incident, stock prices dropped, and netizens boycotted their products. Then, someone exposed that the sanitary pads produced by their company used inferior materials, with harmful substances exceeding the safety limits. These negative reports spread quickly, inciting public outrage. Daniel's company couldn't withstand the pressure of public opinion and ultimately fired him. He suddenly called late at night. "Emily, it's all your fault. I lost my job, and Sophia has left me. It's all because of you. You owe me an explanation. Didn't you always say you wanted to marry me? I think next week would be good. Let's get married. That way, we can clear up those rumors online. They said you were throwing a tantrum at me, misunderstanding my relationship with Sophia. Your friends spoke ill of me online to vent for you. Sophia is like a little sister to me. Our relationship is completely innocent. Once we're married, many of these misunderstandings will be resolved. I hope you, as the person involved, can come forward to explain the rumors online about her bullying classmates in high school, clarifying that she was just joking with you and didn't mean to bully you. You guys actually have a great relationship. It really makes me angry. If you haven't experienced it, you wouldn't know how much it hurts, right? I was the one being bullied. I was the one betrayed and hurt to the point of miscarriage. Daniel and Sophia were once the nightmares that woke me up at midnight. They say to just forgive and forget. What you did was too much, even bullying your own little sister. I couldn't stand it any longer, so I hung up the phone and blocked him immediately, decisively and smoothly. A year later, I successfully signed several important projects for the company. Just as the project manager from the branch office, Mr. Lee, was transferred, Mr. Johnson recommended me to the headquarters. I focused on my work, and my career kept developing better and better. My best friend is always on the front lines, live streaming the latest updates about Daniel and Sophia to me, laughing nonstop. Sophia's dad's business collapsed, and the company is in heavy debt. He tried several times to turn things around, but every time he sought investment, he failed. He sold off all his assets, but it still couldn't fill the hole. Their family suddenly became very poor. Sophia's dad couldn't bear such a heavy blow and ultimately jumped off the company rooftop. Sophia's mother and brother blamed all the family's misfortunes on Sophia's reckless behavior, kicking her out and cutting ties. She could only turn to Daniel, but since he was fired, he interviewed at several companies, all of which rejected him due to concerns about his character. He stayed at home for a few months, and once things calmed down, it took him a long time to find a delivery job. Every day he was exhausted from delivering, and when he got home, he found Sophia drunk, with trash scattered all over the floor. This reminded him of when he got off work. Emily always kept the room clean and tidy, with a faint fragrance of osmanthus and warm meals on the table. Seeing the pile of dirty clothes on the floor made him recall how Emily used to wash his clothes perfectly, leaving them with a pleasant gardenia scent. Emily always feels sorry for him, thinking it's not easy for him to make money and hesitating to spend his money, but Sophia takes all the hard-earned money he makes from delivering food and complains that he earns too little, calling him useless. Sophia, who was spoiled in the past, can't adapt to an ordinary life. Her restless heart has long been itching for more. She began to rely on her beauty to enter the circles of wealthy young men, hoping to return to her past life of luxury. But without any background or support, she slowly became an object of amusement for those rich boys, experiencing multiple unexpected pregnancies. During a business trip in San Francisco last summer, I met Daniel again. That day I ordered takeout, and he happened to be the one delivering it. It had been over a year since we last saw each other. He had lost quite a bit of weight, his skin had darkened, and he looked much older, with noticeable stubble on his face. He used to care a lot about his image, but now it seems like life has been quite tough for him lately. "Emily, you're back. You still love me, don't you? You can't let go of me, right?" "Emily, I was wrong. I used to think Sophia was a gentle and kind person, but it turns out she was just pretending. I was deceived by her and did many things that hurt you. Now I truly realize my mistakes. Only now do I understand that the person I have always loved is you. Don't you want to marry me? I promise you, let's get married, Emily. I find it ridiculous that you only thought of me after being dumped by Sophia, right? What does he take me for? Just a backup option? Does he think that if he wants to come back, I should forget all the hurt he caused me and forgive him unconditionally?" I took the delivery, slammed the door shut, and gave a bad review, stating harassment of customers. Daniel somehow found out the address of my branch office. He sends flowers to my office every day, comes to pick me up after work rain or shine, and brings me meals he made himself. My colleagues joked, Sister Emily, your boyfriend has really figured it out this time. If it were me, I would have gone back to cook for him long ago. He thinks that as long as he persists, one day I will forgive him. After all, in the past, whenever I got mad, a small gift from him would make me feel better. He feels that this time he really made me sad, so he has to do more to win me back. But I threw the flowers he gave me into the trash and fed the food he brought to the dogs on the street. I even posted about these things online, reigniting a topic that had already calmed down. People online are criticizing him and even complaining to the delivery company he works for. The company had no choice but to fire him. Having lost his job, Daniel became famous overnight, with people recognizing him and pointing at him wherever he went. Everyone's accusations made it hard for him to breathe. He was only 25, but his hair had turned completely white, forcing him to live in hiding. The dissatisfaction he felt inside had reached its peak. On a rainy night, he quietly slipped into my house, and when I returned home, he suddenly grabbed my neck and pinned me against the door. Emily, you hypocrite, still pretending here? I have already sacrificed so much for you. Why won't you forgive me? Why did you have to say those things online? So everyone would come to blame me? Do you know how much pain I go through every day now? What good does it do you to destroy me? I stared at him coldly, my gaze unwavering. Why? Let me tell you why. Daniel, I liked you back in high school. Your shadow as you held an umbrella for me while getting soaked in the rain moved me, and the chocolate milk you secretly placed on my desk touched my heart. I remember clearly the 1,000 paper cranes you folded while staying up late for my birthday, and how you gave up solving math problems in the college entrance exam just to attend the same school as me. With every touching moment in this relationship, my love for you grew deeper and uncontrollable, giving you everything I hold precious. But what about you? You have always seemed to toy with me, pretending to be deeply affectionate in front of me while being ambiguous with Sophia, even belittling me in front of her. You treat my kindness towards you as a joke, flaunting it around, leaving me heartbroken. Just when I thought our 7-year relationship was finally going to have a conclusion, I realized you only saw me as something you could discard at any time. When Sophia waves at you, you can immediately shake me off like I'm an insignificant little animal. When I was in unbearable pain, begging you to take me to the hospital, you thought I was just acting. When I lost our child, you were entangled with Sophia, unwilling to part. It's only now that I truly see through you, recognizing your selfishness, indifference, hypocrisy, and your disgusting true nature. You have no feelings for me at all. I am merely a backup option you considered after weighing the pros and cons. You only care about yourself. Your so-called love is merely an excuse to bind and control me for a lifetime. Now, you say one wrong thing and expect me to act like nothing happened and go back to how we were before? Why should I wipe away my tears and greet you with a smile? What do you think I am to you? Your pet? Do you think what you did to hurt me in the past can just be forgotten? How do you expect the wounds in my heart to heal? It seemed like my words struck Daniel. He stepped back a few paces, his eyes flickering before slowly dimming. Maybe I said too much. He didn't understand my meaning and thought I was just angry because I lost the child. He firmly pressed my shoulders and said, Emily, trust me, we can still have many children in the future. I will love them deeply and make up for the loss of this child. I coldly replied, there won't be any. Your long-term biochemical experiments have already affected your body. The last time I asked you to get a marriage checkup, you complained that I was being troublesome. You never went to pick up that report, and since the doctor for the checkup is a classmate from my middle school, she just handed it to me directly. The report said you have severe asthenozoospermia, making it almost impossible for you to have children in the future. That's your only child. Didn't you say that children only hold you back? Now it's too late. You'll never be a father in this lifetime. Daniel's pupils suddenly constricted, and his eyes turned red. He let out a painful scream, grabbed his hair, and slowly crouched down, crying. After an unknown amount of time, he stared blankly, his expression stiff, repeatedly muttering, "It's all your fault." Before I could react, Daniel suddenly dashed out like a madman. When he found Sophia, she was in disarray, entangled with a rich kid. This scene completely shattered Daniel's pride as a man. With red eyes, he rushed over like a madman, grabbed Sophia's hair, pulled her off the bed, and slammed her head against the nightstand. "It's all your fault. I was supposed to be with Emily, a gentle and caring girlfriend, and we were about to get married. You seduced me, made me lose my mind, and caused me to hurt her. You killed the only child I had with Emily, and she still won't forgive me. If you hadn't stopped me that night and said she was just pretending to have a stomachache, I would have taken her to the hospital long ago and wouldn't have lost the only chance in my life to be a father." Sophia cried and shouted for help, begging repeatedly. Daniel, the enraged dog, was quickly subdued by the bodyguards brought by the wealthy young master. Sophia finally let out a breath and stepped on Daniel's face. "Daniel, you useless waste who only cares about yourself. Is it all my fault that you and Emily ended up like this? You really know how to shift the blame. You clearly said that Emily only knows how to do housework, has no sense of fun, and that you haven't liked the smell of oil and smoke on her for a long time. You even felt uncomfortable just smelling it, which is why you came to me to vent. You said Emily stays at home all day and you can't connect with her, being with her makes you feel lonely, and it's more comfortable to talk to me. At that time, Emily clearly told you she was pregnant and begged you to take her to the hospital, but you said the child she was carrying was just one of your many children and that you would have more in the future. The reason you've fallen to this point is entirely because of your own greed, and has nothing to do with me. I haven't even complained about you dragging me down, yet you blame me first. Do you have any shame? Since you care about her so much, seeing her in a pathetic state begging for mercy must be quite satisfying, right?" Sophia took out her phone and played the video from that day. She pressed down on me hard, stepping on me to force me to submit. My face turned pale, sweating coldly from the pain, and my cries of agony echoed before Daniel. Each image felt like a knife cutting into his heart. The once gentle and kind school beauty, Emily, who was adored by many, is now enduring immense physical and mental torment. And he, knowing how much she is suffering, coldly claims she is just faking illness to gain sympathy. He clearly knows that Emily loves him deeply, yet after suddenly breaking up, he had someone throw all her things out to humiliate her on purpose. How could he be so heartless, hurting the one who loves him the most so deeply? Only after seeing through Sophia did he truly understand Emily's goodness, and his child, his only child, was cruelly harmed by this woman. And yet he treats the murderer of his child as a treasure, carefully cherishing her. How ridiculous! Daniel, oh Daniel, you are truly the most foolish person in the world. You are simply too much. How can you face everyone like this? Daniel's eyes were bloodshot, tears continuously streaming down his face. He looked very sad, but suddenly he started to laugh. His laughter was twisted and frightening. Sophia was stunned by his behavior and felt a bit scared, quickly ordering the bodyguards to throw him out. By dawn the next day, the news of the heiress of XX company being murdered at the Wang Hai Villa topped the trending list. When the police arrived, Daniel was slumped on the ground, looking dazed. The report stated that she was stabbed 108 times and died from excessive blood loss. I opened my phone and found over a dozen missed calls, all from the same unknown number. At 3 a.m., I received a text from the unknown number. "Emily, it's all Sophia's fault that we ended up like this. She caused the death of our child. I want to take revenge for you. You said we owe you. Can we repay that with Sophia's life? As long as she is dead, you can let go of your hatred, right? Seeing how she treated you in the past makes me feel particularly upset. I will make her pay for the things she did to you. If I take care of her, will you be able to forgive me? This time, I will definitely not make you sad." The police came looking for me at noon. They said Daniel begged them desperately, even threatening his life, just to see me once. Daniel is thinner than before, his hair has turned completely white, he hasn't shaved, and his eyes are sunken, staring blankly ahead. He kept apologizing, asking for my forgiveness, and wondering if I could forgive him. I held Lucas's hand beside me and said I no longer blamed him, that I was doing well now, and told him not to worry, to perform well inside and strive to get out soon. Lucas was the one Sophia liked in high school. He was the top student, focused on his studies, got into the best medical school in the country, then went abroad for further study, and now at a young age, he is an expert doctor at the provincial hospital. In high school, we were always academic rivals. Our relationship was closer than friends but not to the level of lovers. After he learned that I was with Daniel, he gradually distanced himself. After my miscarriage, my health was poor, and I kept going to the hospital. Coincidentally, the attending physician was him, and we became familiar with each other through frequent contact. He knew I had broken up and didn't want to hide our feelings from youth, so he started pursuing me again. At first, I was very scared, unsure if this relationship would work out, worrying that I might get hurt again. But later, I was moved by his sincerity and bravery and decided to give us both a chance. Later, Daniel ended his life in prison. I married Lucas, and we have a son and a daughter. Lucas is very supportive of my work and always stays with us after work. We both put our hearts into managing our little family.